Hi, my name is Alexis. I'm a relationship counselor and I've been helping hundreds of people getting back with their ex for years now. One thing is sure is that 90% of the people who are either watching my content or other type of content about breakup get this wrong. So I was fed up by this and I decided to record this video. You'll understand everything after the jingle.
IGetMyExBack.com. Everyone deserves a second chance.
I want to congratulate you, first of all, for watching this video because you are amongst people who think of this situation as an opportunity to learn. You have to understand that not everyone have this desire to learn, this desire to grow as a partner, as a person. And so you're already amongst people who are trying to do what's the good things, right? Who are trying to be the good partner, trying to fix things, trying to become a better version of yourself. And so first of all, well done to you, because you could have done so many things today. Instead of watching my videos, you could have given up, you could have started to play Candy Crush or do any other time-consuming and brainwashing activities, but you've decided to take action, you've decided to learn about yourself, you decided to learn about what you should be doing differently. Okay, so well done to you on this. Now, I know that your pain is real. I'm not going to deny that what you're going through is difficult, but you have decided to fight. You have decided to open YouTube, to play this video because you want to be amongst those 10% of people who get this right. It's hard, and I know it because I help a lot of people every single day going through this. It's extremely hard, but you want to give your best, right? And that's also the thing I really want to assess when I onboard clients. I really want to make sure that they are giving their whole. They are really putting the work in. Also, you wouldn't be watching this video if you knew there was no chance. You know deep inside that there isn't a chance. The only question is the how. It's not about the when. You know what you had was special. You know you have the ability, the skills, the empathy to make it right. It's just a question of how, right? Most people think they know everything. Most people think, and of course I'm a bit biased because I know a lot of therapists because of my job and we are constantly trained to challenge things. But you can hear a lot of people saying like, here's the problem, I know best, this is the way things should be. And I used to be like this. I used to think like, my partner is the problem, it's too complex to be in a relationship. I would love to be dating myself because I'm so easygoing. Failing to understand that people you date, people you're with, don't have the same operating system. So a lot of the times people say, I'm going to put myself in their shoes, but you're using this visualization using your own framework, using your own operating system. So it's very important for you to apply active empathy with your partner, and it implies also self-discovery. Knowing others requires you to learn about yourself first. Makes sense. A lot of people realize that after a breakup, but that's why I think it's so fascinating for me to be a relationship counselor at these phases in people's life when they realize that yes, there was a breakup. Yes, it's a dynamic between two people, but it starts with me. Understanding so many things about me will really make a difference. Working on myself, and I see a lot of people telling me, yeah, I'm working on myself. I'm a strong believer that it should be an ongoing thing, regardless whether you start a relationship, you're in the middle of a relationship, and you just ended the relationship, you're single and want to find a relationship, it needs to be an ongoing thing. For example, like now I have a new routine where I really want to have like 10, 15 minutes for myself. And it was very hard for me to include this in my daily routine. And every morning I drink my coffee. And instead of switching on my laptop, I would have my coffee and jot notes and keep my journal. So it's really about, I really wanted to do something that I could do on a daily basis, every single day. There's no holidays, right? Taking care of yourself. Of course, this breakup pushed you to act. And sometimes we need a little push to wake up. But I don't care about the trigger. I don't care if it's because your ex decided to end the relationship. I don't care because you decided to end the relationship. You're here watching this, trying to learn, trying to grow. And this is an opportunity. This is the opportunity. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to know more about yourself, to address things from your past. Very often in breakups, this is when you sort of have to force yourself to understand, why did I act this way? Why this makes me so uncomfortable? Why is this breakup making me suffer so badly versus the others? Finally find yourself, to learn about your attachment. And I know if you've been watching some of my videos, I do a lot of videos about attachment style because I think it's so important to understand the dynamic of people with different attachment styles. Also understand your inner child and how, as a partner, sometimes we act as a child. Simply to learn how to be happy in a relationship. It doesn't have to be with your ex, it could be with your next partner. Of course, my job as a relationship counselor, if you work with me, would be to primarily get you back with your ex, but the idea would be to recreate a new relationship. But most people are guilty of this. You know, the New Year's resolution, when we feel like there's a push, there's a trigger, there's a breakup, I need to get into action, I need to do something. And I'm going to share with you a graph, the Kubler-Ross change curve. It is really hard for people to change because you're going to hit a wall at some stage. You're going to be lost, you're going to be confused, and perhaps that's why you're watching videos, because you want to have more answers. I'm going to give you some answers in this video. The curve, very similar to grieving processes where you have shock, denial, anger, depression. The problem is most people watching content, consuming content, they spend most of their time in denial, anger, depression. And when they start experimenting, this is when it gets tricky. Because their ex is giving them a hard time. Because their ex might be fed up, maybe still resent the relationship. And what worked in the past, perhaps you guys broke up in the past for a couple of weeks, but this time is different. This time when you experiment, the response, the feedback is totally different. So it's very important for you to understand this thing about going to the experimentation, the decision integration. How can you do it best? And here's another curve, let's be geeky. The Dunning effect. Watching content online, especially after a breakup, you're really eager to learn and to consume the content. The confidence raises in terms of your knowledge. Here I'm not talking about the confidence of you getting back with your ex, but the confidence of you understanding what you need to be doing in order to get back with your ex. And so very quickly you think, you watch a couple of videos about attachment styles, yeah, I get it. I have this solution. You're really, really high in terms of confidence. The problem is that very quickly you're going to face reality, and it's more complex than that. And it's not only learning about attachment styles, it's not only learning about the love languages that you will get back with your ex. And the interesting thing about this Dunning effect is that the experts, I can consider myself as an expert on the field, will have a lower confidence than you because we know how complex things are. For example, during COVID, everybody was an expert in biology and could explain, yes, the transmission of the virus on the surfaces and stuff like that. It is way more complex than this. And that's why, people who would be like, this would happen for certainty, were not experts. And you were listening to experts about the COVID, they were all saying we have hypotheses, we're not sure, we have to see. And people were like, how can you are the expert, how come you're not sure about the outcome? In a way, if I can compare those two, psychology is the same. Because we know all the cases. I've seen so many people. I know it is complex. Of course, I have some frameworks. I have a methodology. I can guide you. I can push you where you want to be. but it is extremely complex. And the problem with that is that when you're already high confidence, this is when you make mistakes. When you try things and fail to understand the whole complexity of the situation, which can really push you back to the depression stage. So a lot of people, they are experimenting and they go back to depression because they don't get what they want. This is your journey, if I summarize a little bit. The anxiety, the stress of the breakup pushed you to seek answers and to probably watch some of my videos and other videos. And so over time, you'll grow in confidence. I know I need to do this. I've heard it. I've seen it online, until you find yourself hitting the wall. So perhaps my video is the first breakup video you watch today, and you don't feel that confidence. Perhaps this video is the 10th video, the 50th video about breakup, and you feel really confident about what you should be doing. Be aware of that confidence. The problem is, as you know, and you unfortunately perhaps experience, you don't have a lot of room for experimentation. Your ex won't give you many chances in order for you to get back with them. Usually once, twice, and that's it. So you better really make the most of this time. And here is what I would suggest you to do. Before that, I just want to let you know that we're in November and I'm raising money for Movember, which is a charity that helps men in terms of mental health and cancer problem. I'm raising funds. I'm basically growing a mustache. It's been a week and I have no sign of hair. So yeah, we'll see at the end of November. So stay tuned. If by the 30th of November I have a proper mustache, I'm going to shave at the end of the week. But anyway, I'm raising funds and this does make sense for the next part of the video. Only 10% of people take action. You're watching video, you're reading books. This is great. This is good. It's not great. What is great is to really take action. Talking to an expert is optimal. And I'm not only talking about me, it could be anyone. And I know a lot of my clients, they're already seeing a therapist, they're already seeing someone, they're already taking action. Seeking help is what helped the most. It's as simple as that. Self-help, or I don't know, automatic robots, I don't know if it exists, cannot cure depression, for example. You can look at any type of studies on depression. Yes, mindfulness, yoga, working out does help, but that's really transformative. The real thing, the big changes come with discussing with an expert, explaining things, understanding things. The problem with watching videos is you're very passive. Talking to someone, exchanging to someone is what makes a huge difference. And the problem, that's why I say 10%, even less sometimes, of people decide to jump on a call with me. I used to have those calls for free. That's why I mentioned Movember. So you have no risk, basically. You're watching a lot of content and you're in 15 minutes to discuss with me. There's no risk whatsoever. And I would see that for 1,000 people, maybe 10 would sign up. And I find it fascinating. So you want to have answers. You feel stuck. And you have the ability to perhaps exchange with someone who could help you, who can, guide you. Obviously, in 50 minutes, I'm not going to solve all your problems, but I would be able to guide you or to tell you, move on, do this or do that. And I want in this video to know whether you will take action today. So let me know in the comment section if you are planning to book a call with me. This month, these calls are not free because I'm raising money for Movember. All the proceeds, every single dollars that you would pay, is $25, will go to Movember. I've already raised, it's in British pounds, I've already raised £100 month to date, but my target is to raise 1,000. So if you want to take action, if you want to enhance your experience of learning, and perhaps you're not sure whether coaching is for you, whether you want to be a client in my WhatsApp program, book a freaking call. It's going to be potentially transformational for you. It's $25 and it goes to charity. So it's a win-win-win deal, but it will really get you unstuck. So why it matters? Because it's really an opportunity to assess your situation. Yes, I have a quiz to let you to help you understand whether you have any chance to get back with your ex. But obviously, I'm better at this than my test. The test is an indicator. Having a chat with someone, usually in 10 minutes, I will be able to tell you whether you should fight or not. Talk to someone who understands you. I'm pretty sure you have friends who you can talk with, but they don't necessarily have neither the skills nor the history to help you and, just understand. Because a lot of friends, they will tell you, yes, I understand you suffer, but you should date other people. You should try to forget that person. Of course, I'm an expert, so I will be able to also help you, and you will use the different cases, success stories, and sort of failures to avoid those mistakes that people made before they hired me. See it as a treat. When was the last time you treated yourself? You could be buying yourself massage or going to the cinema or buying ice cream, stuff like that. This is a time for you, 15 minutes only for you. I hope to chat with you shortly. If you have any other questions, any other comments, don't hesitate to comment. And you can also like this video, it does help me for the referencing. Take care, bye-bye. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer.